निरालंब अलंब सदगुरु एक आशा नाम की. And a real student is not interested in solving the problems of this, mundane problems of the outwardly affairs. He is having only hope of naam from the Guru, right? This is the only demand, desire. Give me, finally, make me experience that, after which I would feel complete. I don't want you to solve my problems, day-to-day life problems. I don't want to solve my problem associated with my property, children, family, and court matters. Not that. Right? I want this truth to be experienced within. This is only asha. एक आशा नाम की. So real student, having gone through the series of things which have already been talked about, sadhu, mritak, sati, so many things, so many examples have been given. This is not in isolation. If you start understanding these things in isolation, that right now he has started saying this, no. Right from the beginning, he's setting the tone of the journey. You have to become mritak, or you have to become a sadhu, you have to become like a sati, you have to become like a renunciate person, and so on and so forth. Like an bird. These are the ways to instill that feeling of renunciation and alertness over and again. After that, this is being said, that a guru is expected to give only naam. This is the real expectation. Okay? A method for ultimate freedom. Okay. Guru charan leen adheen nisdin chah nahi dhan dham ki. Okay. Dhan dham means, dhan means of course money. Dham means house and possessions associated with it. So dhan dham, he doesn't need, he only naam ki, asha naam ki, not dhan dham ki. Okay. Further he says, सुत नारी सकल बिसार बिखिया चरण गुरु दृढ़ कह गए. अब now this is not something which he is asking. This is the sut nari. That means such a person forgets and does not give the even this feeling of me mind to the relations, intimate relations of his life or her life. My husband, my wife, my children. No. Nobody was with me when I came. Nobody would be with me when I go. Simple. He knows it. Okay. In the meantime, if I think that there are so many people to share my sorrow and joys, completely mistaken. Right. Nobody can share your sorrow, nobody can share your joys, nobody can share your pain. Your share of disease, your share of pain, your share of sufferings are your own. You may be surrounded with so many my people, doesn't matter. So you have to understand that, and therefore by instilling this understanding deeply in you, you become interested in your own inner, in knowing your inner essence, who you are, rather than anything else. So of course the level of engagement is going to be different. The quality of engagement will be different. It does not mean that you will start kicking around people. Not mine, not mine. No. But the level of engagement becomes different. The quality of association with people is altogether different. You fully know that they are on their own. You are not the one who is responsible for their existence even at this moment. And you are not responsible for their pains and sufferings. And they are also not responsible for your pains and suffering, because these are the things which you have actually brought along with. So there are two ways to look at. One is the way of thinking as Shaivism is teaching that you are the creator of your own world. And then there is another way, like saying that you have brought it as your prarabdha or purva karma, earlier past karmas you have brought, and it is again unfolding in front of you in terms of suffering, pain, pleasures, whatever it is. So both ways it is beyond your control. If it is coming from the life, and of course it is beyond your control even now, even if you assume that you have created it, because you don't know how you have created it, which part of me has created it. So both ways it is beyond your control. Even if you take it this way or that way, doesn't help you. So that means you have to know yourself deeply first, as an entity who has been transmuted to different life forms and gone through the rebirth processes, an eternal entity again, Satchidanand. Or go back deeper and experience that spot from where this world becomes one and Drishyam Shariram kind of experience comes, that you can see that this world is my own creation. So both ways liberation comes. Initial premise may be anything. You may take it as that you have come after births and births. Okay, you don't have much control on it. So whatever suffering is coming, it is not because of anybody else. You don't blame anyone. You don't feel that anybody else is responsible for your suffering, pain, and whatever. Neither your happiness for that matter. Okay? But a noble person will always give credit to people when he is happy, that you contribute to my happiness. This is only a way of interaction. Why? Because there is no other than you. If you are blaming somebody, it is actually you are blaming yourself. There is nobody other than you in this world. So if you blame anybody, it is you are blaming you. If you abuse anybody, you are abusing yourself. Right or not? Right or not? Think of a dream in which you were surrounded with lot many attackers, and in all your dream you continue to fight and continue to defend yourself. They were yelling, you were yelling, and all that. And once you come out of it, even if it was a dream, it doesn't leave you with a very good aftertaste. Is it not? When you even wake up, you recognize that it was of course there was nobody other than me, but all the night I was just fighting and fighting and fighting. So this is the reason that even if you assume this world to be unreal, you interact with this world in a very sweet way, because you're interacting with your own self. Because in your dream nobody else was there. It was you only who had created so many people around you, and you were abusing or whatever. You were actually abusing nobody but yourself. In the same way, now also you have created this world, and now you want to blame this person, that person. Problem. It remains in you. Nobody takes it, because there is nobody other than you. Understand? If you take this feeling deeper into you, you will never be able to lose your calm. You will be steadfast in your understanding, and there is nobody other than me. Whom should I go and kill? Yes, of course, I can please myself. So I will say pleasing things, but why will I create a problem in my own body, in my own creation? There's nobody to take it. Why should I give it? I can do self-pampering, good. But why should I create pain in my own being? So this is why I said that when there are some good things happening, you should give credit. Nothing wrong in it. But if there are pains, there are sufferings, you must know that it is only me. Even when you are saying, this is only me, and you are massaging your head, this is only me, right or not? But if you are poking a scissor here and there in your body, this is also only me. Which one would you like to do? Of course, you will pamper yourself, massage yourself, pedicure yourself, manicure yourself. Good, go ahead, do it. Nothing wrong in it. So that is how you should be interacting with others, taking it exactly as you are talking to yourself. because there is nobody else. Correct? Now only by understanding this, if only this much, you see, there are postulates. Before you solve a difficult, unsolvable problem, even in mathematics, you have to assume few things to be true. Understood? If you think that you will not get any principle, you will not take any assumption, and you will follow the path of spirituality, not possible. By everywhere you'll have to go by some assumptions, and you'll have to treat them true till the time you recognize them to be true. Don't think like this. Hey, so many things are being told. Which one? Anyone. Come on, anyone. I keep telling so many things each day. Pick up anyone as your belief that, okay, I will take this. Or if you want like a kindergarten kid, that I should give also the postulate, 10 commandments. Do you want that? 10 commandments should be given to you. Like so many healing systems, so many other religions, they give commandments. These are the things you should follow. So, okay, take one commandment then. Today, one commandment. One commandment is there is nobody other than you. Take it. Only if you can accept it. And keep it with you all the time. There's nobody other than you in this world. Take this commandment. And then work on it until you find that you are the only one here in this world. Right or not? Something from some beginning has to be made. And beginning for a ajnani, or for the person who has no knowledge or no solution inside, the beginning is in assumption of a solution first. Let's assume this will solve our problem. Let's move forward from here, assuming that this will solve our problem. And these are the time-tested assumptions. You don't have to worry that you will be lost somewhere. No, you will be liberated in super fast bullet train speed. In just few days time, you will find yourself landing at your own self, because there is nobody else. Where to go? If I derive some words of solace, some words of wisdom, even right now, I'm speaking. Don't take me separate from you. This is you who is speaking to yourself. If you're not serious about it, don't listen to it. If you're really spending so much time listening to yourself, then take it seriously. Understand? See, this logic will take you. This assumption can take you to the ultimate reality. It's possible. Some assumptions are to be taken. Whether you accept, I am born again and again, assumption, and I come here with a lot of karma baggage. So whatever is happening is my problem, not anybody else's. That solves the problem. But don't blame anybody. But there is a little problem, because there is a possibility, still possibility is there, which says, yeah, there are others. So you may tend to sometime get carried away to, tell others. But when this postulate is taken as, there is no one other than me, then every reaction, every negativity has gone for a toss. Yes or no? Now, Satguru Kripa Dukh Dusah Nasai Dham Avichal Sola hai. So, by the grace of Sadguru, by the grace of the great teacher, all the suffering and pain which are unbearable, they disappear, and one acquires access to that state which remains undisturbed. Dham Avichal, my place where from I cannot be displaced. If you stay in somebody else's place, you'll be kicked out someday or later. Sooner or later, you are going to be kicked out. This is what is happening. You are not in your own place, and therefore everybody has made you a football because you are not in your place. Your place is your Anandamaya Kosha. There you stay. As much as you stay there, it is good for you. Move outside, you are going to be infected, infested, and also injured. Right? So, and when you feel that way, come back. So, Avichala Dham. Of course, if the first postulate is true, then you cannot move away from yourself. Please understand. If the first assumption is true, if you take that assumption to be true, that there's nobody else other than me, wherever you are in you. Right or not? You don't have to think of out and in also. I have to be in, I have to go out. Such people who have been able to take the first step this way, that there is nobody other than me, and who has received these kind of experiences in life, those who believed in the Mahavakyas. Shuchi was just saying Mahavakyas. What Guru told? Guru told Tattvamasi. Done. You are that. Who has created this world? The God has created. Who is running this world? God is running. Who has imposed Maya? God has imposed Maya. Where is God? You are God. Tattvamasi. And then what remains? Where you can escape. So those are the people who took it seriously, who took these words seriously, rather too seriously. Tattvamasi. But you don't take it that way. What can I do? I'm not saying Tattvamasi. I'm saying there in this world only you are there, and everything else is your own creation. You operate through everything. Right? Right? अपनी बनाई कम नमक की खिचड़ी भी कोई डस्टबिन में नहीं फेंकता, बुराई भी नहीं करता, कोशिश करता है कि थोड़ा सा नमक मिला ले और खा ले, ज्यादा हो जाए तो भी खा ले. That simply means when it is your own creation, you would not want to spoil it further. You would want to make best use of it. You will not become full of remorse for the creator because you are the creator. Right? So Avichala Dham. That Avichala Dham means the one who is always stable in his Swarupa, in his Dham, in his place. So you stay in your own place. What is your place? Where you go every day unknowingly. That is your deep sleep. You go back to Anandamaya Kosha. No problems. World ceased to exist. No conflicts, no questions, no guru, no shishya, no mata, no pita, no beta, no beti, no world, no jiva, no Brahman. Right? But you aren't aware. Only thing is this. Correct? That's your place. And from there, as you come out, you were there unknowingly. But as you come out, suffering starts. So if you get that place, see, you'll say, Acharyaji, but that place is available only in deep sleep. You'll say, no. Is it not? Is it not? You'll say that is available only in deep sleep. Acha, tell me, if somebody, let's say, during our retreats, we invite many people to do many things, right? And somebody during a retreat, let's say, sang a beautiful song, right? In that retreat you enjoyed her or his singing. So in the next retreat, if he comes and I ask if anybody can sing, so all of you will point towards that person that he sings or she sings very well, let him sing. Yes or no? Yes or no? That means naturally you think that if this property was exhibited by this person, it must be inside him. And if he claims that I have forgotten how to sing, will you believe it? Will you believe? Unless until he has forgotten so many things, you will not believe it. Right or not? So in the same way, if you are the same person who was in Ananda during sleep, why should I take it that you have forgotten how to get back to Ananda? Why should I take it? You are lying. You are lying. You have displayed this capacity. You have made this world to disappear. You have that capacity. Unknowingly, you are not wanting to go in that direction because you think the moment you see, if you want to do it consciously, you see, in your dream, there was nobody, but you were not alone. You see, in your deep sleep, in your deepest of sleep, there was nobody other than you, but you were not alone. There was no loneliness. You were still joyous. And when I say, forget about these things, little creatures who are roaming around you, forget about them. They no way contribute to your Ananda. You are the storehouse of Ananda yourself. They don't contribute it. They are only trouble creators. Right? They will say, Acharya-ji, how can I leave them? Each day you go to your sleep leaving them. And you say, Acharya-ji, it is natural now. I can't do much about it. But let me tell you, those people who become too much possessive of people, things, etc. around them, they are not able to sleep also. Because they think that the moment they will sleep, things will change. The moment they will sleep, people will disappear from my life. Tell me, the one who is hooked on to the money has become everything for him. Such a person doesn't get sleep because he thinks his money can be stolen. Right or not? And without money, what? In the same way, so such a person is even ready to relinquish Ananda for Ananda, which is naturally coming to him. He is rejecting it. Right? Same is true for you. There are a couple of what Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, Namak ki gudiya roaming around, only waiting for one heavy rain. All Namak ki gudiya, the salt dolls made of salt. These are the people around you. One day heavy rain and they all melt. The heavy rain is of that, the what we call Kal. Heavy rain is that what we call death. Heavy rain is that we call the completion of the time of this drama. All dolls made up of salt, disappear. But still, you want to keep them as if they are going to be here forever. So this is the problem. And because this is the problem, you are not able to go inside that Ananda chamber in waking. Mind pulls you out, mind pulls you out. Come on, where are you going? Where are you going? You will become alone. You will lose all these people. Come on, if you go inside, even you will lose me, who I am, at least the way I think I am, because in the deep sleep, the experience is the same. You know that. You don't have to be taught about it. You intuitively know it. That in your deep sleep, you have no personality. So you think if I, in the waking state, I go to that place, I will have no personality. How will I operate? Acha, tell me, till the time you were not given a name, were you not operating? Till the time you did not have a self-image, you were not operating? Think about it. In your lifetime itself, all the problems started coming, all the suffering started coming till beyond that point, where from this identification, self-identification, self-image came. Before that also you existed, and you existed so beautifully that others were in love with you. Nobody had any problems with you. You were tolerable. Whatever you did, mischief or good, nothing, no matter what, you were still loving. You were smiling 200 times a day when you were not identified with this. And you say that if I will lose myself, what will happen? You will smile 200 times a day. What will happen? You will again become so innocent that you can, just now you can become angry and then next moment go and again start talking very lovingly to that person. If things don't happen your way, no problem, you can get angry. What is wrong in it? But the problem is harboring that anger. Problem is not letting go that anger. Problem is not forgiving that person. You see, this is the problem. So when you lose your own self-image or personality, you are all going to be in Ananda only. Because you see, you remember in India, when children play, when there is anything, any quarrel happens among children, they'll say, Katti, Katti. They'll do this, Katti. And this Katti happens. Katti means, now I don't talk to you, you are no more my friend. Children play and then they say Katti. This word used is Katti. Katti means, now this cut. Our relationship is cut. And then, maybe same day, maybe just after a few minutes, maybe tomorrow, they will come together and they say Milli. This little finger, they will latch with each other and they say Milli. Milli means again, we are friends, back friends. Now this is what happens when you are not having so-called identification. And you people are, so much fearful. What will happen if I lose my personality? Your personality is hell. Get rid of it. Understand? Don't try to be anybody. Just be nobody. So this is what Kabir is saying, that such people who follow the process of Nam, follow the process given by Guru, they are not concerned about the world around rather than themselves. Those who are antarmukhi, those who recognize what is their true place of residence, those people, like Anal bird, never fall to the ground for suffering. They always stay in the heavens. Don't we call that heaven? Akasha is heavens.